Yo, what is up? I'm gonna give it just a moment for my Instagram audience to catch up. Good. Come on, Twitter. Oh, X being difficult. What's up, everybody? I want to talk to you about facing a big week. Man, this is a big week for me. I speak tomorrow. I get on the plane at about 5 o'clock in the morning, so probably got to get up. I don't know, three or so, and my times might even be a little bit messed up because I'm so ready to just face it, Like I think there's so many times where I've had weeks like this where I've kind of like been so afraid that I couldn't keep my energy as high as it needs to be and pour out and connect with people like I should. And because of that fear that I'll like run out or just tank, I hold back and kind of, reserve energy or maybe like give myself a breather when I could really go deeper. And today I just like made a conscious choice not to do that. In fact, I'm stepping into a practice around how I can make tomorrow more potent and this week the most life transforming week that I could have. And in part by writing a decision letter to myself around what I want this new chapter of my life to represent. I've heard, some speakers say that, your January 1st can start today. And that's sort of what I'm speaking to. I made a decision a couple of days ago after going to a conference that I was going to step into doing daily live streams called Daily Development with Daryl because development happens daily, not just in the day. And sometimes I think we want things to happen too quickly. We want results too quickly. We want growth too quickly. And we're not willing to put in the daily, consistent work to actually, make those results happen in our life. And there's levels to the consistency. I talk to a lot of higher achievers, and so we're not talking about you just working hard every day. A lot of times we're talking about the energy that you're putting in, the place from which you're creating, the overall output of your time and your delegation to your team, and just higher levels than just are you showing up putting in good sweat. And so hey, for some reason I can see you're posting live, but I can't get into it. It's just a big spinning wheel. We'll watch later. Oh, that's crazy. You can also check in some other platforms. Maybe Instagram's having some trouble. Let me know if anybody else is having trouble, but seems to be working. Um, not, then I'm just talking to myself, verbally processing. I see a couple people live though, so we should be good. And you just go ahead and comment. Let me know if you guys can hear me. So facing a big week, and I'm choosing to meet it this week. I speak tomorrow. Talking to I don't know a couple hundred, think 500 college athletes and students. Then coming back, I'll be back in Franklin, Tennessee, uh, probably Tuesday, Wednesday. Then I'm going out to Miami for the Clever Summit. Man, gonna be around some amazing speakers, and meet some of my bros. Just check in, man. Spend some time on a yacht. I don't think I've been on a yacht before. No, I haven't actually. So this will be my first time on a yacht, and it wasn't like a goal or a bucket list thing or anything like that. So I don't think I'm tripping about it. But I like the people that we're going to be around. Everybody there's going to be high level people who are really looking to, man, do the next level of their work in the world. So that just feels good to be able to be around those people who I know are movers, shakers, doing similar things that I'm doing, and then of course there's gonna be people doing things that are beyond, 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 beyond what I'm even even thinking of right now. So excited about that. Man, I think it's funny because I think I was questioning today. I spent a lot of time cleaning my office, and I was questioning if cleaning my office was somehow me like avoiding just this big week, like instead of doing more speech prep, or instead of like I don't know, like pulling out my book and taking that editing to the next phase. Like I spent the majority of the day cleaning my office and walking my dog, and made a couple phone calls, but you know I questioned that, and then I looked at, the stack of business cards that I had. I looked at some of the stuff that I was cleaning out my closet. I looked at how much clutter that was in my environment. And I was having this conversation with one of my daughters. I was like, man, I was like, you know how this got like this, y'all? And they were like, what? How did it get like it? And I was like, this got messy because I just kept avoiding decisions. It's like instead of me taking this business card and being like, hey, I'm just gonna send the follow-up email. I was like, I'll do it later. Avoided a decision of doing it then and put it off, and then it's like there. And then, oh, I've got this paper, this piece of mail, and I don't want to open it yet because I don't want to have to, follow up or call the person or do whatever the mail's telling me to do. And so I just sit it here and I put it off to later, and I just avoid making a decision. And I by man, there were so many things that I was looking at stuff that like we just recently moved, like we same city, but we moved places that we were staying. And I was looking at how much stuff we carried with us that, man, I didn't even need. I just didn't want to decide to let it go. It's like I just carried a whole garbage bag of trash with me from my office of like old cords that, oh, well, just maybe I'll need this cord that's this long and doesn't even plug into an adapter that's relevant. Oh, just in case I need this VHS plug-in thing adapter, I'll just keep it. Oh man, this paper that I had at the conference, at my first conference, and I don't know, I didn't want to throw it away so soon. And it's just like I just had all this stuff. And as much as that seems like, okay, cool, that's an environment, maybe that's not your case. Maybe your office is clean and spick and span. But what I've noticed is that oftentimes, anytime when we look to go to like the next level, anytime we look to step into, big weeks, big moments of our lives, it always starts with an internal groundedness, an internal cleanliness before we like thrust forward with like that quantum leap energy, with that like that intensity that we know produces massive results. And so I noticed like that was that process. And I wanted to talk to y'all about a couple of areas that I would recommend that you kind of spring clean in order to step into a big, amazing week. And I know that this might seem a little controversial because most people, when they step into big moments, they just want to like meet it with, high energy. They just want to go like, all right, big moment, let's get pumped, let's go for it, let's play the music, let's get like da 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 da, right? And that is going to be required. You're going to probably see that from me tomorrow. But it's Sunday and I'm thinking about it and I'm leaning into it. And it's like, okay, now I got to create some capacity, some bandwidth, release like this energy of all of this decision sitting in my awareness, things that are within my sphere of influence and underneath my responsibility of stewarding. Man, I got to start to clean that up so I'm not carrying that energetic weight, that emotional weight, that financial weight, that lack of clarity weight, that indecision weight. I'm not carrying that weight. So I want to talk to you about a couple of areas that I would invite you to maybe clean up. Number one, your office. I just talked to you about my process of that. Your office, your environment. Legit, the open up the closet, open up the bags, go through the old conference bags, That's number one. I talked about that. Number two, business cards. Man, so many times I've collect business cards or I'll take pictures of it and tell my assistant to put it in our, my spreadsheet, or I sent an initial follow up and I didn't do the second or third follow up. And it's like collecting those business cards, seeing where, your most recent ones. And maybe if you looked over the last 30 days of the events you've been to, or the last 6 months, if you don't go to that many events. The point is that there's business cards that you have in your, you know, closet, in your on your desk, in your on top of your printer, inside your jacket coat, stuff into your purse. Man, hanging around, just sitting in somewhere where you didn't. I have a stack of them right here. Look at this, y'all. Let me grab this. Look at it. Here's a stack right here. Look at this. See that? I stack right there. Look at that. You know, and it's just sitting there, man. I would show you all the front of them, but I'm about to follow up with these. So that's number one. Go find yours. We say this thing in personal development that your next is always found in your now. He that is faithful with a few things, God will entrust them with plenty more. And that's a principle for that's a way of being in life. There's always an observation of how can I steward better what I have underneath my care, within my sphere of influence. And so, your office, number one, okay, your business cards, number two, your email inbox, number three. Man, I've been on this kick again on zero inbox, and it doesn't mean that I have no emails in my inbox, but it's like I don't have nobody's waiting on me for something, and I don't know, I don't have 50 pages of emails that 30 of them I still need to respond to or forgot about or haven't unsubscribed to. It's like unsubscribe from all the clutter. Man, if y'all haven't used that tool, unroll.me, I highly recommend it. It's a fast way to unsubscribe from a lot of different stuff. If you download a lot of PDFs or, shop a lot and you sign up for the little discount perk cards and stuff like that, whatever, you can just unsubscribe, unsubscribe, unsubscribe. And so, restaurants is another one that it has. You go, I eat out a lot, and so I get the little digital receipts so that I don't, use paper receipts. I'm trying to be conscious of the environment. And then now I'm subscribed to like 35 different newsletters from restaurants all over the U.S. And so unroll.me to unscribe from all those things. It's part of how I start to expand this capacity for this big week. So number one, the office. Number two, the business cards. Number three, the email inboxes. Number four, your sales pipeline. Like going through and just being like, where are these conversations at? What have I missed out on? Where have I not followed up, man? Who have I not checked in on? I like praying for people who I really feel connected to, as my clients and my prospects. So maybe it's just praying, for whatever that is. I pray that God will give them the courage to step into the next evolution of themselves, that God will give them clarity over the decisions, that God will give them favor in what they do. And so, that's part of my process in my sales pipeline. And then also that I have discernment on if this is somebody that's supposed to be someone that I'm mentoring in this season. And so that's another part of going into it, just my intention, my heart, my purpose, connecting to that in that sales pipeline. I was taught that sales is a very spiritual process. And, I always saw it like that, but it was like the language of being taught that gave me a greater insight and a depth into the spiritual nature of the sales process. So I get how important it is to have clear intentions and to have clear connection and have a real understanding of the value that you provide and have a real awareness of where people are at in their process, in their story, in their journey. And so, number one, your business cards. Number one, your office. Number two, your business cards. Number three, your email inbox. Number four, your sales pipeline. Number five, your text messages. Man, I've got like two or three of them still, and I'm not going to text them now, but I'll do it first thing in the morning. That's just like, oh man, we were like mid combo during the week, and I just got busy doing other stuff. And it's like so much of that happens when you're moving and you're shaking, and all it takes is 5 conscious minutes, 10 minutes. So I'll have time when I board the airplane to just sit there, maybe schedule some of these out, pre-write them out, so that when I get off the plane, a lot of times they got Wi-Fi on the plane anyways, which I know they'll have it tomorrow. So, but I like to sleep on the plane. I don't like to be working on the plane. I like to relax or drawing out business plans or speeches. I don't like to be, trying to get it done on the plane. And I'm a big dude. Um, so if I could just kick back, relax, and just enjoy the ride, that's how I like to do it. So especially at 5 in the morning, knowing that I'm gonna be up at like 3. So, anyways, number one, office; two, business cards; three, email inbox; four, sales; five, text messages. Going back, looking through those text messages. Number six, man, your social media inboxes, like just the LinkedIn DMs, the Instagram DMs, the Facebook messages, the friend requests. Man, like right now, if I go to my Facebook, I'm going to go to it right now. I'm not going to show you on my screen because I don't want nobody to be offended if I'm looking at them and don't like, choose to accept their friend request, y'all. But you know how Facebook got the 5,000 friend limit on the personal? Man, y'all, I don't want to lie to y'all. I know it's over 100. I don't know how many hundreds it is. Um, where is it at? How do I see the friend request on here? See, I don't even know how to see it. I'm used to seeing it on my phone. I think it's right here. If I go to see all friends, dude, tell me the pending. I can't find it. See, the point is, oh, I bet you if I click this, it'll be right here, won't it? Nope, not there either. That's crazy. I got a couple hundred pending requests on the friends, and it's like, man, if I go through and clean out old people who I know I haven't engaged with, who I know wasn't really serious about what they said they was gonna do, who I see that's posting stuff that's inappropriate that I usually just scroll past, but I haven't sat there and went and unsubscribed or whatever. If I actually sat there and cleaned out 50, 60 old so that I can let 50, 60 new people who are like inspired, who we just connected, who are like looking to get in and looking to connect and looking to collab and looking to learn and looking to share and looking to invest, and listen to grow and listen to, add value. All from my social media inboxes as an example. Okay. And so we got bam, your office, your business cards, your email inbox, your sales pipeline, your text messages, your social media inboxes. Man, let me know what helps you to start to expand that capacity. And yes, I do make a list and prioritize and look at my calendar and block my time and do all that stuff, but that's not really what this video is about. This is more around like energetically cleaning out old stagnant stuff that's just sitting there because you haven't decided and you haven't moved it forward and you haven't set it in motion. And when you start to free that up and let it flow, now it's like tomorrow when I go to speak, it's like I have a levity to me. I'm not carrying all of that indecision and stuff with me. We took a picture together last month. I love you. Oh, that's so nice. Thank you so much. Dr. Joseph Bryan, what's up in the house? And so, man, that cleanliness, that's part of that being faithful with the few so God can entrust with more. That's part of expanding and opening up and releasing all that stagnant stuff. Man, you don't know that you're carrying this stuff. Another thing is journaling, y'all. How am I feeling? And allowing yourself to be honest about how you're feeling. Okay. So I ask myself, how you really feeling, D? We spend so much time as leaders, y'all, listening to everybody else. What would happen if we gave the same space, the same time, the same attention to ourselves as we did to other people? And that'd be powerful. And it doesn't take a long time. Like right now in this moment, if you were just to say, how am I? How am I really feeling? I'm ready. I have a little regret. feel like I wish I would have done a better job following up. I wish I would have did a better job stewarding the connections that God has brought into my life. Sometimes I'm so wrapped up in a person, and I know that we connected for a reason, and then I'll go to the next event and I'll connect to 10 more people or 20 more people or however many more people, or I'll even connect with one more person and I'll get in a deep conversation and I'll just like get so wrapped in that I forgot about the other person. And sometimes that can unintentionally hurt other people, especially because I tend to have deeper conversations with people than they have with others that are in their lives. So there's a little bit of regret, little guilt. It's a lot of faith. I know that God's opened all these doors. I can't even tell you about how everything happened so that I'll be in Miami next week and even this engagement that I have tomorrow. And man, this the whole calendar for, I mean, my life, man, it's so divinely orchestrated. I just feel so protected, so guided, so surrounded, so supported. That I don't know how long that was. I don't know who stayed here. Thank you, Dr. Bryant. What's up, Angelique? But it didn't take a long time, is the point, and you see how much was there for me, even just by simulating it for you. Do that often throughout your day. Check in on your emotions because whatever you don't express, you suppress. If you don't take time to talk it out loud like you just heard me do, or at least allow it to breathe through your awareness and pass, or write it down, if you don't do that multiple times per day as a high achiever or once a day or consistently, like the point is just like you're not emotionally clean and clear. And I'm telling you, it's similar to the physical body. Like if you've ever been like overweight before and then you've lost a lot of weight and you went like, man, I can feel so much more now. Like man, I didn't know that like I was carrying all this physical weight around. I feel so much lighter, so much more nimble, and even emotionally, I feel better just from losing physical weight. Well, the same is true with emotional weight, man. It's like you don't realize how much you're carrying around with you until you start to shed it or start to process it, start to move through it. And then you're like, dang, I was walking around that emotionally overwhelmed, that emotionally full, that emotionally heavy with all that emotional bags. And again, it don't always got to be like depressing bags. It can just be the weight of responsibility. It could be like, you ever see the pictures of the presidents when they first enter the office and then when they leave, it's like you see how much they age. They look like they aged 20 years in the course of 4 years. And because society, for the most part, it's starting to shift and change, but for the most part, has taught us that, you know, like we don't see the value in that emotional connectedness with ourselves. We're learning to, we're beginning to, but it's still a new concept to be like, yo, that is the way of greater wellness and productivity versus, oh, I know, yep, self care is healthcare, health is wealth. Like it's not a bumper sticker, it's a way of life. So take time, especially if you're a high achiever, multiple times a day to just check in on how you're feeling and allow it to, be processed through journal, through verbal expression, or even through just, meditative awareness and release. Okay. Yeah, you're welcome, bro. Anytime. All right, y'all. That's my stream for today. Man, wish me luck for tomorrow. I'll talk to y'all then. Peace.